Hey guys, gonna wait just a couple of minutes and see if we have some people join us since it's Friday night. While we're waiting, I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna clean a couple brushes that I'll be using because I've kind of been playing in contours today. That's what we're gonna talk about tonight, is contouring and bronzing and what the purpose of it is. So first I'm gonna start by just cleaning my brushes. This is the Seint brush cleaner. It used to be called Houdini because it's truly magical. It is so easy. It smells good. And you just spray a couple of spritzes on a paper towel and then just swirl it around. And it just cleans them in no time and sanitizes. And then all the product is left on your paper towel. And then your brush is clean and you're ready to go. I'm going to clean one more that I plan on using, or that needs it. I hope everyone's having a good night. There's Kathy and Sue Bell, two of my most favorite people. I think y'all want a makeover. I think that's exactly what you're trying to tell me right now. I'm feeling it right here. All right, let's get started. Okay, so talking about contouring, I went ahead tonight and I just put a very light layer on my face. I had on makeup today and I just kind of wiped it off and I didn't put on a whole lot, but these are for Seint products. They're little magnetic tins that just pop in and out of a compact, and you have it customized to fit your needs and your colors and your skin tones and whatever you want. So with that said, you can make it as light coverage as you want or as full coverage as you want. And each of they're cream-based foundations and they have the color correctors built into them, but sometimes even the color correctors that's in them is not just enough. So you want maybe just a little bit extra. So we have other colors too that you can also add to your palette. The price is $14 each, which is very affordable because you can really start with just a few and build on it. If you're interested, just comment below or send me a message and we'll get you color matched, and then you can go kind of poke around the website and see what you think. But I'm just going to kind of give you an idea of how some of the contours work, because I know when a lot of people see the makeup, it gets, not just this makeup but any makeup, it kind of gets a little bit intimidating, and then you're like, what do I do? But these are cream based, so they're really forgiving, that if you mess up, it is super simple to fix, and you play around with it because everybody's face is different. When I gain weight, one of the first places that I gain it, unfortunately, is I always have a round face anyway, but I'll gain it in my neck and my cheeks. So I like to kind of slim my, my cheeks right here. I like to kind of go through where my cheekbones are, kind of make my face look a little more slender. I'll do my jawline, I'll contour it. I don't necessarily have a huge forehead, but I do like to go in and contour just a little bit here because it just kind of gives that natural shadow. And that's what contouring is creating shadows. And so what it does is it takes away the things that you don't want. When you highlight, you accentuate and you bring forward, and when you contour, you kind of push it back to say, hey, stay away a little bit, So, with that said, I went ahead and I put just a very light foundation on my face. I'm in the color Sandy, and that's pretty dark. I wish I thought I had some my colors here. I had some swatches that I was going to show you, but it's fairly dark, the color that I'm using, and oh, here it is. Like here are some of our colors. And I know on camera it's not going to translate well, but this just gives you an idea. See, I'm in this range right here. And I can wear this color, this color, this color, even this color. And so, I can wear a range of colors, but each one of them have something, that helps whatever trouble areas you have. So I have a little bit of discolorations, I have freckles, I have just a little bit of redness, not a lot, and Sandy is really good for those things. We have to be honest, a lot of people have redness. So most of our color correctors do have something to kind of counteract redness. So I just went through on my face and I just did a quick, just a wash all over of Sandy. Now you don't have to layer it. You can place it where you want it and blend together. I don't know if any of you have watched me. Oh, thank you. Amanda said happy birthday. Today's my birthday. I am 44. Oh my gosh, I'm 44. I can't even, I feel 94, but still. But anyway, so what we're going to do is we're going to look at the contours and kind of go in and just talk a little bit about, you know, what you may need. So this is not going to be a super long video tonight, but I went in with my main highlight. So we don't call it foundation with Seint. We call it highlights. So I went in with my main highlight, aka foundation, of the color Sandy. I went in just a little bit and brightened because I wasn't going all out tonight because I really just want to talk about the contours. But so I went in with the brightener. I think I used the color Aura. And that's really all I've done. I already had eye makeup on from just earlier today, so I didn't do anything. I don't have anything on my lips. I have a lip plumper on my lips, but that's it. No color. So we'll go ahead and just kind of talk about, hey Brenda! We'll just kind of go in and just talk about a little bit of what the contours do. So this is all the contours that I have. There's several more that I don't even have in my palette, but I don't even use all of these. But you, depending on your skin tone, whether or not you would need a cool tone or a warm tone contour. And really what a contour is a shadow. If you look at my nose right now, my nice size nose, you can see just the natural shadows that I have right here. And see, that's pretty wide. Now, I've seen a lot wider and I've seen a lot cute little button noses and stuff. Everybody's different. And if you want something, if you want to change it a little bit, that's the great thing about makeup is you can kind of do a little bit of manipulation. It's not going to look like a plastic surgery, you know, but it will, it may make you feel better if you're something that you want, you're self-conscious about, or you just say, hey, I'd like to do this, and tomorrow you may want a bigger nose. I mean, you can do whatever you want to do, but you just really want to create the shadows. And so like here, the shadow starts right on the edge of my nose. So what I want to do when I contour is I'm going to go in just almost on the top of my nose and kind of put them pretty close together, and then I'll draw an extra shadow up there, and then I'll put a lighter color along the side here, and it'll just fake that the shadow, instead of being over here, is here. You don't want it to be drastic. You don't want it to tell everybody, hey, look at these big lines down my nose, and you want it kind of to blend in. That's the great thing about the makeup brushes that we have. You want to be light-handed when you're blending out your contours, because again, you're putting them there for a reason. You want them to be seen, but not in your face seen, right? And so this right here is the Perfector sponge, and it can help blend out as well. So those are two good tools. Even if you didn't use, you know, these specific ones, a beauty sponge will do, and a brush will do. But we're going to go in and just do a few of the things just to play around with what. And I'll be honest, I learned something new about contour, and sometimes I make a mistake and then I like the mistake and it becomes part of my new routine. And sometimes, you know, I'll be like, oh my gosh, I'm crazy. What was I even thinking? But with the cream-based foundations, if you mess up, you just take your highlight shades. This is not all I have too. Look how messy that is. I'm a sloppy person. You would just go in and you can just go right over it and it'll just pretty much erase it. So that's the great thing about the creams. So they're really movable until you set it. Like if you set it with powder, it's not going to budge. But before that, and you don't have to set it with powder because a lot of people that are dry don't. But we're going to go in and we're going to start with a detail brush. And so the colors that I can use, again, with your skin tone, it's a little bit different because sometimes if you've got redness, or you may not need a warm contour color because it may end up pulling you and making you muddy. If you look a little bit muddy, then you need something cooler. Or if it looks dirty, then you may need something warmer. I mean, it's just, everybody's different. And so whenever we, you know, look at you doing a color match, we'll try to look at your skin tones. We ask a couple questions like, what colors do you like to wear? If you normally wear the oranges and the yellows and those kind of things that you think that looks better with your skin, you're typically a warm skin tone. If you like the blues and the purples and those kind of things, you're typically cooler. Sometimes with the color of your eyes, that kind of helps too. Sometimes you can wear both. I can kind of wear both. I've always thought of myself as warmer, but I can really wear both. So a lot of my a lot of times, if I ever do any test or anything, I always end up being in the neutral category. Yes, this is okay. This is a bigger compact though. The one that you got, Amanda, is this one, I think, if I can remember. And it holds 6. This is my my blushes, my lip and cheek colors. This will hold 6 on one side with the there's me, with the mirror, and then the other side it has. So this one will hold 12 10s, and this one will hold 18. So that's the difference. And then, like, I ordered one today that holds 27. I have a problem. All right, so we're gonna go in and we're gonna start with the color that I think works best for me. In these. So just looking right here, see that crazy color? That's the color Indigo, and it's a warm color, and I'm warm, so I mean it'll work for me. And it's dark and scary, but I can wear it and I love it, and it blends out beautifully. Then, like, this is the color Shadow. This is, I don't know, right? These look crazy when you look at them in the 10s, and they need to warm up. To me, I feel like they apply better when you put them on your skin and they sit on your skin for just a minute. I mean, really, give it a chance if you order them or you have any questions or whatever, let it sit on your skin for just a little bit and just relax into your skin and take on that second skin, because you'll be surprised how much better it just looks. The longer I feel like it sits on my skin, the better that it looks. And I feel like sometimes it applies better with my fingers, especially when I keep it cold in the house. The contours are a little bit firmer than the highlights are a little bit creamier. But with the Shadow here, that's really good for a nose contour. So it's very light. It's not going to be super noticeable, but if you are wanting to really work on your nose, you know, you're insecure about it, or you just want it to look a little different, you can always use you know, this one. And to me, it's not a great one for your cheeks, because you really want your cheeks to kind of pop a little bit more. But I can use, this is the color Astoria. I can use that one. This is the color Henna that I got in the mail today. I'm super excited about it. It's more of a cooler tone, but I'm going to try it just to see how I like it. Because I can see a lot of people that are super tan and some that are not. They wear it. So I just like to play with all of it. And then I also like olive right here. So I could wear almost every one of these and make them work. And the great thing about when you order, if I give you, hey Lynn, how are you? If I give you a suggestion and I would say, here's you a main highlight, a brightening highlight, typically a contour, and a lip and cheek. Or you might want an illuminator instead, or you might want whatever. And sometimes you might want 3 highlight colors, because if you know, I don't know, seasonally or just in the summer, you lose your tan, or you're getting darker or whatever, you can always kind of mix and match them. But I feel like between having a lighter and a darker, they always work together, so that you can always end up making it work for your face. But we're going to go in, I'm going to try this color Henna right here. And we're going to do that on my cheekbones. And I'm using the detail brush. I could use my fingers and swap right along my cheekbones if I wanted to. But see, I had a little discolorations, and I didn't really cover it up. I could do some color corrector with like the color mango or wheat, but I don't care. So I'm just going to dab this in. I'm going to actually kind of use the side, and I'm going to just kind of press. And then as I put along my cheekbone, I'm going to kind of feel for it. It typically starts at the top of your ear here and comes down. But you can almost see that little shadow that I've already got. And I'm going to kind of just start. I usually don't go past my iris here. And I will just kind of go and make a little line. Nothing drastic. Hey, Carrie. Okay. Now, when you're looking from the side, sometimes it can be a little scary before you blend it in. And I'm just barely touching it because I don't want to get out of control with it. I don't want to bring it down too far and bring my face down, and I don't want it too high because I like for my my lip and cheek color to sit right on top of it. So that's about right for me. And if I look at you this way, look, you can see it slimming right here. And some people, if they even want, they could take it and kind of do a little Nike swoosh if they wanted to make a little, a little pop in the apple right here. That doesn't work for me, but it works for some people. I mean, I could probably make it work for me, but I'm good. And then I'll start on the other side. Again, you can go from the top of your ears and pull down, or follow along if you see it, or always, fish face. But I always press up right into my cheekbone because I really want it to be not under my cheek, but right at the base of the cheekbone. And then I'm kind of blending as I go. And see, if you already have a real thin face, but you like the contour or the chiseled look, you may want to contour, but you don't necessarily want to make your face slimmer. Like mine's pie shaped, so I want to make it a little bit skinnier. But if you don't, you can always do it more at an angle, more of a horizontal, kind of almost to your nose. But here I kind of go in between my mouth and my nose. I angle down. And then for my forehead, I'm going to use that same henna color, and I'm just going to dab it. And then I'm just going to kind of stipple it right along my hairline. And I'm going to leave this triangle area right here, because this is what they consider the triangle of light, right here, right here. You really want your face to be drawn to your eyes and right in the middle. And then the rest of it kind of just, fades out. Just kind of like how it is with the sun. When you get that sun-kissed look, and you'll have a little bit of a glow if you're not peeling like me. I've always peeled that first time, but, and then I'll do right along the top. And see, this is nothing, this is not drastic. It's not really even that noticeable, even in the camera here. I looked in my mirror and it's still not, but it's just a nice shadow. So this is a very, so henna for me, like I said, I'm wearing sandy, and I'm pretty, I'm not gonna say pale, because I'm not really tan, but I guess I'm just a little in the middle. But my freckling and my discoloration makes me look darker than what I am. So I'm gonna go in now, and I'm gonna do right along my jawline. And this is really good for us that have this, right? We all have it. I mean, especially when you turn around that camera's facing you whenever you're getting your phone, you're like, oh my gosh. But so you can just kind of carve that out. And even if you do have a double chin, you don't want a big noticeable line, but it is nice if you kind of have one that just kind of fades into, because it gives that image that you have one. So I always go along right, and you can almost see it. I mean, you can almost see it. No, when you look up, you can't. But see, I'll blend that out. You won't be able to tell it. And then, like right here, where I almost have a square jaw. If I don't want it to be so harsh or square, which I really don't mind it, but sometimes I do it just for the purpose of doing it. You can even do just a little bit and kind of bring it up a little bit so that it'll kind of make that go away too. And then I'll just bring it around. And sometimes if you really wanted a really cute little chin, you could probably bring it up just a little bit on each side if you wanted to accentuate your, your chin or something. But so that's that. So I did my forehead, I did my cheekbones. Again, it's nothing drastic. I mean, that's really pretty. It's kind of blended out a little bit, and I'll blend it a little bit more when I put my blush on. But and I'm gonna do my nose real quick too. And then I'm going to do what I would do on my lips. So for my nose, I'm going to use the color Shadow. And let me see. I want to use the smudge brush. We're going to try shadow. I don't ever do shadow on my nose. I think I've done it one time. And sometimes I'll go up and I'll connect all the way up here. It just depends on, I guess, I don't want to say my mood that day, but how I feel like my makeup's looking. Because I really try to always start from about right here and just go down. But sometimes I end up, I just look a little washed out or something, and I feel like that gives me a little bit of color. Now I also like to try to always put some light color there too, like a brightener, because I'm so dark right there. And then sometimes when it's so bright, I feel like just coming up a little bit also helps. But so I'm gonna go, like I said, you can see the natural shadow right here. So I'm gonna go in, and I'm just going to kind of go right on top of my nose. And it is so hard to do in my camera. And I'm going to go right on this side. And then I'm going to go right at the bottom. And connect it. So, in using this right here, you can tell that really, I didn't go down far. This is a very thin line, but see, I already had this natural shadow. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to go in with a brightening highlight. And we'll use, I want my aura. Where's my aura? We're going to use this color right here. And I'm going to go around right down the center of it, my nose, right down the bridge. And then I'm going to put just a little bit more right here. Because this is where I want to draw people. You want to draw them to your eyes. And then I'll usually go just a little bit here on the sides of my nose. I don't go crazy. And sometimes if I feel like, every once in a while I may do a little bit too light right here. And if I do, I'll just go back with my main color and just blend it in. But just brighten that up a little bit. And look at that. It looks like I had a nose job, don't it? It's crazy. And next, we'll do the lips. Okay, and for the lips, what I'm going to use is the same color that I did on my forehead. Again, see, it's not super noticeable. And my cheekbones are not noticeable. And this is not. And these are two different colors that I use. But now I'm going to go in with this color, same one that I used while ago, henna. And I like to do, it's crazy because for some reason, I just think this little, I don't even know what these are called. I need to look that up because I say this every single time. But I think these are cute. I like to accentuate them. So what I'll do is I'll go in with a color, and this is the smudge brush again. I'm just going to barely tap in it, and then I go right in the middle of it. I had to do this too. I go right in the middle. And then, see, not super noticeable. And then I'll go right on the edge of the ridge. And then right on this edge of the ridge. And be careful because you can give yourself a Hitler mustache. and then you may regret it. But it'll blend out. And then I'll go in with my color, my brightening color that I used a while ago, which is Aura. And again, you don't have to do all these steps. It's just fun when you want to play with it, especially if you're wanting to get dolled up or do something different or whatever. It's just fun to know how it all works. So I'm just barely tapping my finger in it. Isn't that bright? So pretty though. And then I'm going right on the top of the ridges. I call these ruffles since they got ridges. I'll put them on my ruffles. And then I'll bring a little light to my chin. 2. Look at there. And so, what else? What else? My lips. Let's do my lips. Now I'm going to go in with another fun color. And this is the contour Indigo. I need to wipe my lips off. Okay. I'm going to use the multitasker brush. Or maybe it's multitasker if you're from the north, and if it's multi from the south, I don't know. But I'm going to go in with a small end of that, and I'm going to dip into this color Indigo. It's a great lip liner. It's good for your eyebrows too. And like I said, I use it for my contour. And I'm going to kind of outline. I might have to move my comments. I'm going to outline. Let me get a little closer. I can see y'all real good. And I'm going to try to talk and mess it up as I go along too. I'm going to go right on, not quite on the outside, but really close to it. I'm getting a comment right now about my reel. I just did my fat cat with the circle of life from the Lion King. I put it on my reel on my Instagram. I'll probably share it to Facebook too. Sometimes they're worthy to be on both. All right, just like I said, just trying to go right on the outside. And see, I have the sun poison, and I don't know, it's just the weirdest thing. And when I get in the sun, this little place right here, it'll blow up like a bullfrog's little gullet here. I don't know, it's the weirdest thing, but it probably would help for me to see a dermatologist. But I guess until my lip's gonna fall off, I'll just keep wondering what it is. It's only been there for like 5 years. Right. So there, that's my lips. Okay, so now I can go in and get more comfortable. And then, oh, another thing you can do with a contour is you can do your neck. As far as, like, so I have just okay, it's a white, look at that. The goozle here. You could kind of make that a little bit slimmer if you wanted to come in and try to just which will blend that out too. But anyway, so I'm going to go on my fingers, and I like to kind of just press that in, because this is a really pretty lip liner. You can actually put it all over your lips too. But I always like to put just a little bit under my lip too, to make them just, they call it pouty, but kind of look fuller. And again, you have to make sure you blend it back in, because the colors are so creamy, they do blend. That's the good thing about them. So with that, I'm going to go in with this brush. This is the blush and bronzer brush. Say that 3 times fast. And I'm just going to kind of go through and blend all this together. I really didn't have a whole lot to blend. I kind of did it as I went along, but usually I have all my colors. I kind of do at one time. I don't typically blend as I go. And so now I'm just going to, sometimes it's even better just to go in with your sponge and try to blend that out, so that because if you're not careful with your brush, you will blend it. But I always worry that it's going to be so noticeable, you know, so I just will still blend. I need to play around with it some more. And then I'll just do right over my ruffles and then on my chin. But it just kind of gives you dimension. It kind of gives you a little bit of, don't make you look as flat. So, but that's really, I mean, that's it for the contour. You could put in on some blush, and I got this new blush in today. I was so excited. It's been like in the mail. Well, Amanda knows. We've been tracking our packages like every 5 seconds. But it came in today, and it's black cherry, and it's so pretty. Look at that. It looks scary, right? But it's not. I'm going to use the other end of that multitasker. This is what I line my lips with. So I'm going to flip this over. It's it's like a little dense paddle almost. But I'm going to, this is a glossy blush. It is such a beautiful color that every time I've tried to order it, when I think about it, it's out. And this last time I ordered it, it was in, and then it took me 3 darn weeks to get it. And usually, see how pretty that is? And usually anytime, and it's kind of glossy texture too, usually anytime you order something, they ship it within just a few days, and then you get it within a few days. It's never a long time. But of course, this time with me looking so forward to it. And then I'm going to use my finger. I'm going to tap into that black cherry, and I'm going to put it right above where I contoured. The crazy thing about these lip and cheeks is some of them are glosses, and you don't really think about glosses on your face, but Seint apparently did, because they created them and they're beautiful. And when you have a glossy complexion, it gives you a youthful complexion too. That's why I really like their cream illuminators, because I feel like it's all a glow from within and healthy. See, it's just so pretty. It's just a little flesh color. And then you can pop on an illuminator if you wanted to, if I had one. And I like Pearl and Angel and Dolce. I mean, we could put a little Dolce on. It's kind of a goldy color. I got one coming that's called Honey. I've been wanting to try it too. It looks really pretty on. And it's nothing crazy, but it gives you just a little bit of just a youthful little glow. It's so pretty. And then of course, the Cupid's bubble. And you can also put these on top of your lips if you wanted to. Like here's an Angel. I can put some of that on my lips, and it mutes it down, or it gives it a different color. You can mix and match these, and you would be surprised. Some people will dig out their colors, and then scoop them into the tin, melt them down, swirl them up, and then they create their own. You can custom make your own color. Hey, how about that? Now, last but not least is the bronzer. This is the Bella bronzer. I put 2 of them together just because I'm messy. And this is, like I said, this is the brush. You can get this 110 is, I think, $14. It could be $16, but I think it's $14. And then the brush by itself is $36. But if you get the bundle, and even if you didn't wear this makeup, if you wore something else, this is a great bronzer to have, because it is so pretty and it is so sheer, and you can wear it by itself, especially in the summertime if you just wanted to do a glow. Or if you have some discoloration and you want to even your skin tone out, you can put this on before you put on your foundation or your highlight shades. But what I like to do, and this is the Glow Illuminator. I don't know if you can see it, but it has got a little bit of almost a shimmer in it. It is so pretty. But sometimes I like to swirl them all together, especially in the summertime. So I can just swirl, and then I will just go right on top of where I contoured, and usually where I blush too. Sometimes I put my blush on after I do this, because I really like all the blushes mixed with the bronzer. They all look pretty. And if you didn't want to mix it, then you could it's almost like you could double the shades that you have, because they look a little bit different. Let's see, it's nothing crazy. Nothing crazy. And then I always get my neck, because my neck is so fair. I have the lightest neck. I don't care if I laid in the tanning bed as a kid, or because I don't anymore, I just self-tan. But anytime when I would lay out, I'd be laying out straight here trying to always get my neck. It's always pale as a ghost. It never would tan. So then, of course, I wore my makeup, whatever I got at the drugstore, and it would have an orange face and a white neck, because we didn't know how to match, right? But now we do. Now we do. All right. So this would complete the look. I would be done. Again, you can put as much into it or as little into it as you want. You can always set with a powder, but I always go back over last step with two things. If I don't powder, I will always go over this right here to pick up any excess product, because if you feel your face and it's sticky, which mine's not sticky now because I've not used tons, but if it's sticky, you just pounce the heck out of it. You just go all around, you pick up the excess products. If you have any harsh lines, it's going to mute them out. Sometimes you may pounce too much and you think, oh, I need some more blush, or I need some more of this. You just go back and add it. That's the great thing about it, is that it is so sheer and lightweight that you can keep adding, or you can correct it, or you can, you can fix it. And I do not have pretty skin. I've never had pretty skin. It's never been the best. But me at 44 right now, my skin, between my skincare is very important. I'm taking better care of my skin, and these cream-based foundations, I feel like, have transformed my skin too, I mean, I'm not a professional makeup artist. I love makeup. I love playing with it, but you don't have to be professional. You don't have to know what you're doing. I mean, I'll be honest, it's goof proof. You can just stick it on your face, slap it around, swirl it around, and you're like, dang, it looks good. And it does. It just takes on a second skin. It's really pretty. And then I'll go over with my setting spray. And I would just spray, since I'm fixing to go right to bed. Why not? And then that's it. So there you go, guys. That's just about the contouring of it, And maybe next week we'll look at something else and try something else. If there's something you want to talk about, or you're interested in, or you want me to do one of my next lives or bring up and talk about, because you're just like, well, I wonder how this works. Send me a message or comment below, and we'll cover all the bases. We can talk about anything. This is for you guys too, because I want you guys to know what the products are, and it's for me to help you. It's for me to try to be your personal makeup assistant. You can come to me and say, hey, what about this? What about this? I've got acne scars, or I've got a mole, or I've got a birthmark that bothers me, right? There's all these color correctors, because when you use the color wheel, you look at the color wheel and it tells you, hey, I have got blue veins here, or, blue under eyes. You look at the color wheel, you look at the opposite color, and that's what's going to correct it. So you would say, okay, then you need something orange. Well, we've got orange, the highlights. We have shades of orange that would counteract the purple or the blue or the red, or, all that kind of stuff. So just let me know, and I will be glad to help you guys. So thanks for hanging out with me again on another Friday night, and I will see you later.